the skill to adapt is what's gonna get you far in life. I truly believe that the skill to adapt will get you far in life. You get put in any situation and you're able to adjust to it and make it work. As a man, a woman, if you're able to adapt to any situation you get into, you're gonna get far. You're gonna get far, right? Because if you don't adapt, you're remaining the same. And if you remain the same, especially in the situation that needs you to change, you're not gonna get far, bro. You're not gonna win. You're gonna lose. Simple as that. You're gonna lose. If you put a fish on land, it's gonna die in the beginning. It's not gonna work out. But you keep putting a fish on land, it's gonna eventually grow legs. I know that's not how evolution works, but you know, if you want to survive, if you want to make it through, you gotta adapt. You gotta change. You gotta figure out what needs to be fixed or what needs to be changed, what needs to be worked on. You know, that's the best way to that's why I believe it's a strong skill that everybody should have. And it's fairly simple. I'm gonna give you the how to learn the skill to adapt close to the end. It's not gonna be a long video, but it's fairly simple. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. It's in the definition. Hold on. The definition. Hey Siri. What's the definition to adapt?
Adapt means make something suitable for a new use or purpose. Modify.
You know, to make use. So if you get put in a situation, whether it's life problems, you know, relationships, people, jobs, and you're new at it, right? And the best thing you could do is adapt. Go with the flow, you know. Figure out how to make it work. Figure out how to do what it's been told to be done, or figure out how to make it better. That's it. It's fairly simple. Like I said, it's not that hard. It's fairly simple, right? This skill will take you far in life. Like anybody can do it. Like anybody can do it, bro. Right? Because like I was saying, like if you don't change, you're not gonna win. You're not gonna learn. You're not gonna get far. If you don't make some change, right? Whatever you're doing, if you don't make some change, especially if it's something new, if you don't make no change, you're not gonna get far. The only reason I'm making this video is because like I was at my job, I had an interview and they asked me what's like one of your best skills, and the first thing I ever said was the skill to adapt. I didn't even think about it. Most stuff I answered, I had to think about for a second. This time, bro, the first thing that came to my mind was the skill to adapt. Like, I wouldn't be where I am if I didn't adapt in life. Especially if you figure it out, bro, that will get you far as hell. If you just figure it out. It's hard, you know. It's hard in the beginning. Like you don't know what to do. You're confused. But once you adapt to the situation and figure it out, you're good. You don't get far. You don't really get far. I truly believe you will get far. Hey, that's a big skill that everyone needs. But to adapt is not that hard. You just gotta put yourself in new situations every time. You don't want to be best at anything, right? You don't want to be best at anything because that sounds boring. It sounds like a boring life. Let's be real. Let's be real. Why does everybody who's like the smartest, they get bored or they're tired, or like you're the best at every game, you get bored, you get tired? Try not to be the best at anything. I get being good and great at it. Yes, that's cool, but don't be best at one thing, you know? Unless it's like your specific thing, but like being a basketball player, you know, be the best at that, or being a YouTuber, be the best at that. But at the same time, you don't want to be the best at one thing, bro. And that's how you learn the skill to adapt. You put yourself in all these different situations, especially ones that you're new at or you don't know what you're doing, right? That's going to build up that skill to adapt, because the more you keep doing these different things and new things, the more you're going to adapt to those new things as well. But the more you're going to learn how to adapt to other situations, you know? You feel me? You put a man in a cold area, he going to make a coat. He going to find a way to make a jacket, you know? Like, you put a man in the forest, he going to find a way how to hunt. Doesn't mean you're gonna be perfect at it in the beginning, but that's the best part about adapting. You're like you're changing your way, changing you to fit whatever situation you get into, right? And I think that's the best thing you could do, because if you could change your way in any situation you get into and figure it out how to, you know, fix it or make it better or do it, you're fine. You're good. You're good. Because the problem with a lot of people is they don't want to change. They don't want to adapt to whatever they're going through, their situations. They want to remain the same, and that's not going to get you nowhere, bro. If you remain the same in a new situation, especially a new situation, or even the same situation, you're not going to win. You're not going to go nowhere. You feel me? You're not going to go nowhere. Like, let's be real. You're not going to go nowhere. If you don't adapt to the situation you're in, you're not going to go nowhere. If I decided to go to the gym, but I still ate bad food, I'm not adapting to becoming a gym person. I'm still doing what I'm doing, right? I'm still going to continue doing what I'm doing. I'm not going to lose weight. You feel me? So whatever it is, you got to adapt. You got to change, bro. You got to change, whatever it is. You got to change once you get into that situation, whether it's new, old. Because if you stick with the same method and it wasn't working in the beginning, you're not getting nowhere, bro. You're not getting nowhere. And it's the truth. It's facts. You're not. It's gonna be the same cycle and repeat of nothingness, bro. Nothing's gonna be working out because you ain't choose to adapt to the situation. And like I said, to figure out how to adapt, all you gotta do, right, is put yourself in new, different situations, right? Find a new way, find a new method, do something different. That's it. That's all it takes. Just do it over and over with different things, whether it's jobs, relationships. You're going to eventually figure out, oh, I can adapt to any situation. Do something different, even if it's hard, bro. Even if it's hard. That's all it takes. And boom, you built the skill to adapt. And that skill going to take you far in life, wherever you go. The fact that you got the skill to make it work, figure something out, like change it or make it better, you're good. You're good. That's all it takes, bro. That's all it takes. I feel like it's more important than a lot of things. And once you figure out that skill, you know, how to adapt into that situation you're in, and you probably become good at it. You feel me? Now you an expert at whatever the field you got into. Whatever you're doing. You're an expert at it. That's all it takes. And just doing it over and over and learning different ways to do things and learning, you know, the skill to adapt, you're straight. That's all it takes, man. But yeah, learn that skill to adapt. I catch y'all on the next one. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Be safe out there.